was a tax reduction for food businesses that are engaging in food donation. Is a reduction of 20% of the waste tax that could involve 10,000 of potential beneficiaries, like food businesses, big supermarkets, retailers, canteens, and so on. And this is one of umbrella action that we organize and we planning inside our food policy. We are also focusing on the big drivers of our local food system. One of these is the school canteens, because we have a municipal agency that have total control of our school canteens. And involve school and educate children, we know is really important to save food from the start of each young life. And we collect, each dots are the distribution, the spreading of all school canteens of the city of Milan, and the yellow dots are the canteens that have a deal, an agreement with food banks. So in these canteens, in the yellow dots, we recover fruit and breads. And in addition, we distribute more than 30,000 of reusable doggy bags. So another kind of raising awareness action for the child. And another big drivers are the open street market, in which the municipality guarantee the food access in different neighborhoods. And in 11 pilot markets, we organize and we support with our waste management municipal agency, we support a non-profit association that involve very young people that recover food at the end, food losses at the end of daily market, and they donate directly to the people in needs. And is another action that involves big drivers of the food system. The first one was school canteens, and these are the open street markets. And at the same time, we are trying to involve also other kind of actors that can act at a local level in the different neighborhoods. And we designed this project, this pilot project, in one, really now just in two pilot neighborhoods for create local networks of donators and charities. And we provide a space owned by municipality that can become a local hub for food waste. And in the different hubs, we aggregate this kind of actors, so 5 private canteens, 3 supermarkets, 1 street market, and 5 non-profit organizations. And this is a tool also to, not just to create this hub, but for monitoring this hub. Because we activate with the university a monitoring system for 1 year. For see how does it work with this system. And so another kind of action that can add it to the other is the engagement of all the local organizations active in the city of Milan, because as you know, a big cities have a lot of association, organizations that are active, not directly with the control of the municipality. And so we create several workshops, and in the photo you can see some of them, workshop to engage local projects, associations, and so on, and to map inside the city. And is another point of view to have not really a control, but an overview of how the city are moving the food waste. And this is one of the most interesting approach of our food policy. So understand city, connect actors, and co-create action. And at the same time, we are trying to working also with the approach of the multi-level governance. And here you can see on the right part of the slide all the institutional drivers of the regional authority and metropolitan authority. And on the other side, the urban practices that can be collected to the other. And we join a stakeholder group of our regional authority that are working in the topic of circular economy for food. And on the same topic, we are also working with the Integ Innovation Center of Massimiliano Tellini, that after will present something to you. And another interesting action in which we are moving at different scale are the intention to building a shared consensus, political consensus, also in other Italian cities. And during the last Citizenships Food Innovation Summit in Milan, we organized a political talk among deputy mayors from 6 Italian cities to share practices and to create this kind of knowledge mobilization. And this is the last slide, and is really the city are becoming a living laboratories for this kind of policy, for the food policy that are active on food waste. And in these years we have learned a lot of thinking. And just to share with you, we are trying to analysis of our food system that can permit us to discover all the food losses that in which the cities can activate a specific action. The second lesson that we learn is that cities need to have one or more than one umbrella action. For example, the tax reduction permits to all the actors to be involved in the project and in the process of food policy implementation. And also at the same permit to the administration to activate a specific debate with all the actors, big drivers, small drivers, local organization. The third is that the urban network is really important, like city networks are important and can play a big role to share practices and to inspire in the food policy officer. And the most important is have an office like Ede this morning are presenting us that can manage all this topic with officers that are fully dedicated to the implementation of the policy, because they can organize not only the municipal department but also relation with other organization. And here are all the logos of a big range of stakeholders and the same shareholders that are working with us in this topic. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Magarini. If we have time at the end, we will take some questions, but now we need to keep our time schedule very tight. The next speaker will be Michal Bitterman. Michal is the CEO and the co-founder of TNS, the Natural Step here in Israel, and she's the chair since 2012, and she will be talking about leading cross-sectional collaboration to reduce food waste in Israel. Michal, the floor is yours.
Hi, good afternoon. After all the previous talks that talked a lot about the problem of food waste, I will be putting emphasis on the how, on how we looked at the problem, at the challenge and the solutions, and the base of the lecture will be on cross-sectional collaborations that we have putting since 2013. Just to give you a context, the Natural Step Israel is founded in order to promote a sustainable society in Israel, and within that one needs to focus, and we have decided that food would be one of the main themes that we will focus. We have chosen our first challenge to be the food waste one. I can already tell you what the next challenge will be, and it will be the packaging and the disposable and plastic. But currently, this is what we're focusing since 2013. We didn't even have this number, and thank you, Gidi, for providing this data to Israel, but we knew that the problem of food waste is a huge problem, and we knew that it has a lot of effective, and previous colleagues talked about what kind of effective it has. But we understood that in order to tackle this problem, it's not just a matter of one organization or one project that we need to do. We knew that it is something that is within the system. The system is broken, therefore we need to bring the system inside the room. And we started by saying that the scope of our project will be the end consumer, because the end consumer is more than 40% of the food loss, and that's what our focus within the project. But, and that's a huge but, no one wakes up in the morning and says, hey, I want to waste food because it's a brilliant idea. And we knew that the reason that we are wasting food, beyond the matter of education and that we're not aware and behavioral change, is with all the things that are happening during the whole life cycle of the problem of the manufacturing and the retailers until it gets to our own usage. And we said, okay, how can we bring the whole life cycle into the project in order to find those solutions? And we knew that there are many, and this is just examples of how the different partners in the life cycle are in charge for us at the end of the day of losing the food. If it's the retailers in their purchasing habits, or the manufacturers that are setting the expiry dates, the caterings, which there is a lot of abundance there, the policymakers, if there are incentives or taxes and waste management policies. So what we said, and yes, we used that proverb, we said that we want to go far, we want to go on a marathon. It's not about quick winnings, it's not short-term solutions, and it's